side to Tim Fitzsimons.
Yeah, just talking about that wind, it's really inconsistent. It picks up and then it drops off. It's really interesting. So at some stage, it's probably a 3 to 4 goal breeze, and some, like at the moment, it's barely noticeable.
Ball tossed into play. Klein and Quinn go at it. Klein tried to chop off Quinn's punch there. Did so to effect. And now the Zebras bring it inside 50. Taylor. His kick was an ineffective one and threw for a behind. 3-2-20 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, Forest Hill. And 4-5-29, the Pioneers. Just crossed over 2.5 minutes in this second term.
And Lee Greenaby enjoying himself there up on the sunshine deck on top of the roof there with the sun shining.
It's like the Cabana deck up there, isn't it? As the kick goes out towards the half back line and nicely fisted away by Mitch Ward over the back, and over she goes for a boundary throw in. 29 plays 20. 1 quarter gone. Across round 6 in the Eastern Football League. Keep the scores coming through right throughout the afternoon at Footy EFL, especially players are playing well and kicking bags. Keep us up to date and we'll let everybody know, because everybody wants to know, as Tim Johnson on the left boot swings it inside forward 50, but nobody was home. And Pioneers another chance to rebound here. The kick goes out towards the Mitsu direction. Had a little bit of support there in Law, who goes backwards, but it was brilliantly chopped off by Taylor. Set sail for goal. He can't curl it back enough. I tell you what, if it was 10 metres further out, that probably would have gone through, but a minor score is the result on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. 3.5 minutes into this second term. It's an 8-point ball game, Dan Sensick. It's a game on out here at Springfield.
As Connell looks to bring it back into play. Does so up towards half-back. Beautiful mark taken there by Eddie Sim. And he's been prolific in this game so far. His presence around the ground's just been felt, you'd think, by the Pioneers. Great mark taken there in front of Steve Pym.
Bit of tape on that right leg as well.
Goes down the line. Missed his target in McDougall. There's been a whistle.
Holding the man.
Holding the man. It's going to go the way of Forest Hill. And Davis kicks it up towards centre half forward. Beautiful mark taken there. And it's Taylor once again, who's been good in the early stages of this second term, will line up to try and put through his first of the afternoon and cut the margin to 2 points. And they'd be wanting to take full advantage of this, Forest Hill, as the wind and, I suppose, rain's dried up a fair bit.
That was great play then, because he could have just blazed away, but he lowered his eyes and he looked for somebody and hit his target. Great play.
Taylor comes in. Good looking kick off the boots. Has it got the carry? And it's touched. Oh, still in play. Is it off hands?
No, I think it was a goal originally, because the goal umpire has only looked at the field umpire from the first kick, and he didn't even watch the next few seconds. So I'm guessing that he already wanted to play it a goal. Interesting. So we're just watching boundary umpires coming in to confer. I think either way it has to be a goal, because it has actually been kicked off the ground and it didn't look like it was touched there by Cicluna. But I think it was a goal originally.
Oh, there you go. Justin Cicluna kicks his first for the afternoon.
No, I don't think it was Cicluna. I think it was
Taylor.
I think it was Taylor that is. We're awarding the goal to Taylor, 100%.
We can verify that later on anyway.
No, just by watching it and watching the goal umpire, he didn't even see Cicluna kick the ball, and so the discussion's gone about the original kick. So we're giving the goal there to Ian Taylor.
Yep.
So back in the middle now as the Whitehorse Pioneers look to respond. Quinn won the tap, but it's all wrapped up in the middle. 4-3-27 Forest Hill, 4-5-29 the Whitehorse Pioneers. I'm going to be deaf by the end of today, Ben, but there's a spilling handball out. They try and work their way out of trouble through Van Hoof, I think it was.
Yeah.
But
I reckon he ducked into that. Shouldn't have been a free kick.
So Townsend out to the wing. It's a target as they go inside forward 50 again, the Pioneers, but it's chopped off there by Johnston.
He's been good.
He's been fantastic, hasn't he? So Johnston, long kick up towards the wing. It gives it straight back to the opposition. As the Pioneers look to build inside 50 again, but it's straight back to Fisher, who moves it on up towards half forward. Cardamone had to beat 2 there. The fist came there from the Whitehorse defender, and it beats Quinn to the boundary line and sees it over the boundary line and out of bounds. 6 minutes 45 gone in this second term. It's the Pioneers by 2 points on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. as the sun is absolutely drenching Springfield Park at the moment. So the ball tossed back into play. Klein put it up, Taylor. And now a quick kick out inside forward 50 in the Pym direction. Takes a beautiful chest mark in the pocket and will kick for his 4th of the afternoon.
It's crossed down boundary side to Tim Fitzsimons.
Yeah, they'll be really disappointed there, Whitehorse Pioneers there with that contest on the wing. Forest Hill had 3 players sitting on the back of that contest as he kicks a great goal, and they'll be very disappointed that they got the clearance. So
Steve Pym off a step there with a beautiful banana type kick, has kicked his 4th goal for the afternoon. And Forest Hill are in front, 5-3-33 the Zebras, 4-5-29 Whitehorse Pioneers on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Nearly 8 minutes gone in the second term.
Tim Fitzsimons calling that one through, putting his hand up for a play-by-play calling gig, no doubt in the near future. Barry Cotts, some more scores that have come in from around the grounds on the score centre.
Division 3, Scoresby and Donvale, quarter time Scoresby 5-1-31 to Donvale 2-1-13. Scoresby kicked with the breeze, at least a 3-4 goal breeze out there.
Handball out wide there by Fisher, tried to hit up a target, couldn't find a scrambling kick by Whitehorse up towards the half-forward line, hit Batako on the knee. And over the boundary line it goes, almost scooped upon there by Jamie Carpenter and his assistant coaches. Right in front of us here in the broadcast position, 98.1 Radio East and EFL.org.au, streaming live around the globe. Hope you're enjoying it so far. We certainly are, and you can see a pretty big crowd ensembled out here, especially on this side. And there's also plenty down by the club rooms and the burgers and the bar. Place to be out here this afternoon in the eastern suburbs. Ball hits the deck. The big man Quinn hit it, and over the top of him Taylor, who kicked that goal only moments ago from the paint of 50. Umpire called for it. So wing position here. 4-point ball game. Forest Hill do lead it. Straight into the arms from the stoppage into Batako. Over the top of him was Dean Maguire, and we'll have another bounce. Barry, more scores are coming through.
Yes, Division 4, East Burwood and Kilsyth. It's East Burwood 4-2-26, leading Kilsyth 2-7-19.
Oh, Kilsyth a little bit inaccurate, otherwise might have been a bit closer up towards the half-forward line.
Oh, great tackle
for Forest Hill. Nicely done there by Ryan. You heard Ray applaud the tackle. It goes a little bit further inward, and we'll have a bounce 40 metres out from the Forest Hill goals. 4 points they lead by 10 minutes into this second term, Dan.
So Klein gets the tap down, wasn't to advantage though, as there's been a whistle, and it's going to come back for a secondary bounce. Ball up rather, as Klein goes up once again. It's a tap out to his teammate there in black. Just a quick grub in and under kick. Straight in the back of the Whitehorse man though on that occasion. Ryan will get the free kick at half back. So Ryan moves it onto the wing. Coming from the back there was McCormack, couldn't take the mark. And now bustling through was Maguire. Johnston, clever handball out. Chopped off though by Ryan. And over the boundary line she goes for a throw in. 10.5 minutes gone in the second term. Forest still leading this one by 4 points on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. And they've sort of dominated this second quarter without doing a heck of a lot, right?
Yeah, they haven't hit the scoreboard, too much.
Barry Cotts around the grounds.
Yep, Division 3 scores, Ringwood 2-2-14, Ferntree Gully 3 behind 3 points, and Heathmont 3-6-24 to Jernside Park 1 behind 1 point.
Well, Sim did really well, got it to Thorne, now they're moving forward. That is a magnificent kick, spotting up Alec Townsend, who ran from the middle of the park to create space, and he'll have a ping from about 40 metres out directly in front, a chance to get back the Pioneers the lead. So Alex Townsend, he'll have the support from the faithful. It's where they all are. Sun is shining out here. Comes in now. Full concentration. It's a sloppy kick off the boot though. It's as ugly as it gets, and it wobbled through for 1 behind. And the margins reduced back to 3 points. Forest still have the lead, and Barry Cotts has always got scores around the grounds.
Yeah, Division 3 more. Division 3 scores. South Belgrave is trailing the Basin. The Basin 5-2-32 to Belgrave, 4 goals straight, 24. Baronia 5-1-31 to Warrandyte 4-1-25, and as I said before, Scoresby 2-1-13, leading Donvale 1-8.
So Denny's brings it back into play with a massive torp right out
Malcolm
towards
Blight.
the wing. A 70-metre perler there. It's the Pioneers repel now. Mariani goes down the line. His teammate there slipped over in Thorn. And Denny's send it straight back out, but chopped off there by Connell, who's tackled there. And now they look to work it forward now through Burmeister, the Zebras. And Cardamone just at the bottom of the pack there, just waiting for the crumbs, and it's going to be a ball up. Inside 50 for Forest Hill. Gee, wasn't that a ripping kick there?
Surely they must learn from that now, Forest Hill. You know, when you clear, kick the ball long out of defence.
So Palmer gets it down. Taylor was dispossessed and throwing the ball, said the umpire, and it's going to be a free kick to the Whitehorse Pioneers. I think it's going to go to Connell. So Tom Connell in the back pocket. Kicks it down the line, but the Forest Hill man was in front there, and that was Tim Johnston, who's been good in this game so far, particularly in this quarter. Up towards the goal square, and through she goes for a goal. So Forest Hill extend their lead to 9 points. They go to 6-3-39. Whitehorse Pioneers 4-6-30 on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard. Nearly 13 and a half minutes gone, and that was a tremendous kick.
Oh, it's a monster.
Wasn't it? And I think in these conditions, you've just got to simplify things and not Lairise too much around the goals, and we've seen a fair bit of that. It's been fantastic.
Not bad once he's booted a 70-metre goal after 2 minutes. I've said, you know, you got to kick the ball long. No, that was fantastic.
Barry Cotts around the grounds.
Yeah, just an update to that Division 3 score. Donvale 5-1-31 to Scoresby 2-1-13.
Oh, it's a change it up. Oh, that's an interesting one. Ball goes forward for Forest Hill once again. Bounced over the top of Steve Pym's head. He hits the deck, the big man. Did really well away to Cardamone, who's very clever, very clever. And he curled it back perfectly, and he's all very happy about it as well. Getting high fives from everyone there. That is a fantastic play there. A couple in a minute there for the Forest Hill Football Club. And on the Bendigo Bank scoreboard, 14 minutes into this second term, it is Forest Hill leading by 15 points, 7-3-45 to 4-6-30. Alana Coleman's getting quietly confident.
Great play by Steve Pym then. The way he went to ground, but he had the ability to tap the ball out, and you just don't give Michael Cardamone half a chance because he. But I noticed Steve Pym's hobbled off the ground now, boys. It'll be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, I'm sure Tim Fitzsimons will keep us right across that, but it is the definition of a smart footballer. Ball in the middle of the ground. They'll go forward again here. Davis swings around on the left boot, kicked it up towards the half-forward line. Bevan dropped what he should have taken, but then caught one for his troubles. Lucky, but it was there. Barry Cotts around the grounds.
Yes, and Division 4, Whitehorse Pioneers 4-5-29 and Forest Hill 3-1-19.
Thanks for stating the obvious, Barry.
Yes. East Burwood 4-2-26 to Kilside 2-7-19. Glenwaverton Hawks 3 goals straight 18. Fair Park 1 goal straight 6.
Kick goes out towards the wing position. I need some. Oh, I don't know if that's allowed. Didn't even go over the man of the mark there. Whitehorse. Kick goes up towards the wing position, but what is happening here, gentlemen?
Free kick to Forest Hill.
Free kick, but then everyone's just basically stopped. So now there's another whistle. So there's definitely some confusion. No, I'm not losing my marbles. Something has to have happened here.
Coming back to the kicker.
I think they're free kick and a 25-metre penalty paid. Denny's. Inside forward 50 now. Goes up towards centre half forward. Nicely chopped off there by McDougall. Got the handball backwards, but it was a dangerous one. It needed to hit the target. Cardamone that was there to put that little bit of pressure on. Going after it, McDougall again. And just tells Cardamone, oi, I saw your goal.
Careful, we'll give away a free kick for high here.
So... umpire to bring the ball back in. Forward pocket here for Forest Hill. They're on a bit of a roll, Dan.
Yeah, they certainly are. They've dominated this quarter as the ball comes back into play. Secluna missed the tackle as the Whitehorse Pioneers bring it back out and just keeping alive, or no, rather it's gone out. And
look, Forest Hill are really playing some great football. They're putting a lot of pressure on the Whitehorse defence. And look, this game of football could be won in the next 10 minutes the way Forest Hill are going at the moment.
Well, the next goal to the Zebras, and you'd think it'd be a little bit tough at half-time going in with effectively a 4-goal margin. But the umpire's called for a ball up. So plenty of stoppages in today's game with, I suppose, the conditions being what they are. It's a good old-fashioned scrap out here at Springfield Park. Brought to ground on that occasion there was Daly. And let's cross boundary side to Tim Fitzsimons.
Yeah, Steve Pym just came off with a little bit of a finger injury, but he's back on now, right to go.
Must have been that laboured tap he did to Cardamone moments ago that did an injury. So there's a whistle here, and it's going to go to the Whitehorse Pioneers, a free kick. I'm not sure what that was for, but across the ground now finds Mitsu, who marks there in front of Denham. Mitsu with a long ball down the line. Plenty of players fly for that. Burmeister from the back, punched it forward and brought to ground there, and we'll see another ball up. Eddie Sim on that occasion found himself at the bottom of the pack. He's been terrific for the Whitehorse Pioneers in nearly a half a footy. So Quinn, the tap but to no avail, and brought to ground there was Creek, who's come back into the side this week for the Zebras, and we'll see another ball up. Plenty of push and shove going on off the ball. They're trying to keep Mariani a bit quiet, I think, as he's prolific for the Whitehorse Pioneers. And we'll see another bounce. Smack bang on the wing here at Springfield Park. Sun's gone in just a little bit. The rain has held off though, after receiving quite a bit early on. Trying to work his way through trouble there. As the Zebras man as they go up towards centre half forward. Lampard at the bottom of the pack. What's the umpire going to do? He calls for it again. Ball up at centre half forward for the Zebras. And Lampard comes up with the footy.
Just brought a smile to Matt Fodier's face in his 6th quarter of the day as it comes out. Mariani just read the ball well, then got boot to ball up towards the half-forward line. Dalgleish had a few to beat, but mopping up nicely was Denham in the middle. Got it to Creek, switches it across towards the half-forward line. We're knocked away by Mowat into the favourable position there of Johnston, who's been great this way, that way. Sold some candy nicely inside forward 50. It was a little bit skewy off the boot and knocked over the boundary line and out of bounds, about 40 metres out from the Forest Hill goal line. They lead by 15 points, almost into time on here in the 2nd quarter of EFL Game Day. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. 98.1 Radio East and streaming live around the globe, efl.org.au. Barry Cotts has got some more scores coming through at Footy EFL on Twitter.
It's Glen Waverley Hawks 9-1-55 for Fair Park, 2 goals straight to 12. And in Division 1, it's Blackburn 5-5-35 leading Balwyn 4-1-25.
Oh, that's an absolute ripper out there at Balwyn. Umpire to bring it back in now. Front spot there was Quinn. And going after it was Sim. Did he cop one high? He did.
Off the ball, yeah.
Higher awards him. Got a little bit of a shove. So with the heavily taped right leg, old school David Swart style with a mattress, as Ryan takes it. Speaking of tape, his left shoulder has had some work on it for the game, and he thumps the ball every bit of 50 metres out towards the Dalgleish direction. In the front spot there was Quinn as well. 2 big men flying for it, but a free kick has been paid. Is it out of bounds on the full? So just Tim Johnston. Tell you what, I'm telling you, he's been best on ground so far in this first half. Up in towards the forward 50 he goes now. Mopping up there was Ryan. Dispossessed. He almost could have been pinged there. We've seen some other ones that haven't been. Lucks of fortune for the Pioneers. They want to get out of that danger zone. The kick goes up in towards the middle of the ground. I think there might have been a little bit of holding happening there.
Down the field was after the kicker.
Okay. Thought Dean Maguire might have been holding a little bit, but nonetheless the result is the same. And the Pioneers, they need something. They need to live somewhere, and this man has done well. Sim, once again in the front spot. Inside forward 50, spearing past Andrew Padbury, who comes out, and he's certainly going to have a ping from here. He is kicking against that slight breeze, but without a doubt he'll be able to make the distance. So going to be a tough kick. He's kicking against it. I'm just being an echo for Tim Fitzsimons because button wasn't on. So over the boundary line it goes and out of bounds.
It was a textbook delivery though, wasn't it? Eddie Sim just
that was beautiful.
Drilled the pass, lace out on the chest.
Haven't seen St Kilda do that all year. Left forward pocket here for Whitehorse. Really searching for a goal. 22 minutes have ticked over. I don't see this quarter going as long as the first either, so we might only have 5 minutes or so to play.
Just on that St
45
Kilda
plays 30.
situation, Ben, you go to every training session too, don't you?
I don't even know what that means, Ray. I'll tell you what, you confused me all day already. As it comes out, Bataco takes it backwards to go forwards. Dalgleish ran into trouble, had no support because the Zebras were swarming. There was 4 of them. The kick goes up towards the wing position. Cardamone, he was holding his opponent. He knew he was 2-1 out, and he's not happy. But Van Hoff gets the free kick, and it was there, and he switched it across, and Steve Pym takes the mark in the centre square, and he's not even worried about a U-turn or whatever. He goes, I can kick this from wherever I take it. So he's kicked 4 goals so far. He's not going to waste any time either. He knows he has a bit of a bruise at his back. He leans over and he sets sail. I tell you what, that is an absolute cracker. Back yourself in when you're that experienced, and he's going to get the 2-finger salute. Why are we questioning each decision? I don't understand it. The goal umpire is there. He's made the call. He gets to give the decision, which he wanted to originally, and the goal goes on the board. 5 first half goals so far to Steve Pym. We're looking at a bag coming up here, out here at Springfield Park as we cross down boundary side to Tim Fitzsimons.
Yeah, I watched Steve Pym that whole play. He knew straight away where that ball was going to go. Took off straight away, saw his eyes move right to the half back line or his centre half forward line, and read it from a mile away. He was always going to take that.
Barry Cotts around the grounds.
Division 1 Vermont 9-3-57 is leading Noble Park 3-4-22, and Roval 10-5-65 is doing it all over Knox 2-6-18.
Well, the Pioneers have probably a couple of minutes to reply. They're staring down the barrel at a 21-point deficit at half-time, which isn't ideal, particularly in these conditions. As Johnston tries to get a kick away, but kicks straight into an opponent there. And they work it forward now. Klein, just a clever handball up, but the umpire saw it as a throw. It's going to be a free kick to the Whitehorse Pioneers. And a free kick at half-back.
They need a goal before half-time.
Oh, you'd think so, wouldn't you? Straight down the line to a contest one-on-one, and repelled straight away there by Fisher. And tried to find a man, but just fell over the boundary line, and it's going to go, I think it's out on the full.
It is.
And it's Chris Ryan to take it. So he's had a fair bit of the footy in this second term. Chris Ryan battling down back today as he kicks straight down the line. Nobody able to take the mark, but they look to work it out here, the Zebras. And that's Taylor. Wobbly kick up towards half forward. Beautiful handball out. Klein gave it back. There, Acosta Newman just fumbled it. And Moat is trying to centre there, but
why would you
fist
not?
away. And we'll see a ball up inside 50 for the Zebras. They'd be longing for the siren now, you'd think, the Pioneers, as they've looked dangerous inside forward 50, particularly in the second term. But, gee, they butchered the ball a fair bit there, didn't they?
Yeah.
That tap came from Klein. Appealing for holding the ball there, but umpire called play on. And Bevan at the bottom of the pack there drags it to ground, and it's going to be another ball up inside 50 for the Forest Hill Football Club, who currently lead at 8-3-51. Whitehorse Pioneers 4-6-30, 21-point lead. Off the ground there. It was close, wasn't it? Fisher nearly kicked one of the goals of the day. Out wide towards the wing in front of Dalgleish, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. And the Zebras going to get the free kick here on the wing.
Barry Cotts around the grounds.
Yeah, close game at Baldwin. It's Blackburn 6-6-42, leading Baldwin 6-2-38.
Oh, it went in deep inside the Forest Hill 50, and the umpire's giving a free kick to Bevan. Switches it out wide. He's looking for Mariani. Couldn't quite take the mark. Seen over the line there by Mitch Newman, who's the dirtiest player on the ground, and I mean because he's covered in mud. And he's had a fantastic second term, being
That's how
right
you can
around
tell
the football.
people have played well or ordinary on a day like today.
That's it. Exactly right, as the umpire brings it back in. Little backhander there by Klein. A lot of players around this football. Desperation stakes for Whitehorse. They do not want to concede another goal deep in this second term. Trailing by 21 points, picking himself up was Mitch Ward, giving it back to the umpire. We're 40 metres out Forest Hill have the advantage at the moment. Klein got the knockout straight into the arms there of Ryan. His opposing ruckman dispossessed, and once again let's have another stoppage. As we say, there's no player forward of centre for Whitehorse. Everybody is in the Forest Hill half of the ground as the umpire throws it up, and just for something different we'll have another bounce over this last minute or so. Getting on towards half-time out there across the Eastern Football League. So if you've got the score or you want to call something out, we'll give you a shout-out at Footy EFL on Twitter. And we'll have another bounce. 5 goals to Steve Pym. What a first half he's had, the big man, and a big addition to this football club so far this year as the siren announces half-time out here at Springfield Park. And tell you what, there's a few people probably scratching their heads to thinking that this might not with this result at half-time, because it's a 21-point lead to Forest Hill, a side that has Gibbons, Stoneham, Berger, Willoughby, Pincott, Parent out of the side. Household names down at Forest Hill. What a step up it has been by their team to get themselves not only in this game, but to actually be playing confident and good football, Ray Baird.
Yeah, look, they really turned it on in that second quarter, the Zebras. You know, they kicked 5 goals, 2 to 1 point from Whitehorse. And Whitehorse defence here, particularly in the last 10 minutes of that quarter, they were under immense pressure there. But look, this wind is playing a bit of a part in this game. As we saw in that quarter, a couple of big bombs by the Forest Hill defence and another one that got a goal down the other end. So, look, it's not over yet. If the Pioneers can come out after half-time and do the same thing that we got game on. But, look, they're a long way back at the moment.
The only multiple goal kicker for the Whitehorse side is Joel Dalgleish. 8-3-51 the Zebras, the Pioneers 4-6-30. Half-time out here at Springfield Park. Hope you're enjoying the broadcast. 98.1 Radio Eastern is streaming live around the globe. EFL.org.au. We'll have a quick break. And then, of course, Barry Cotts will be back with the Score Centre with all those important around-the-ground scores as you go local for your football in round 6 of the Eastern Football League.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Mum for everything she's done.
My brother's been having a pretty rough time. I'd like to reassure him that it'll be okay.
I'm sorry that it ended up badly and we didn't remain friends.
I was pretty tough on my brother when he was younger, and I'd like to apologise to you now, mate.
It's never too late to apologise, forgive, or say something you've always wanted to say to someone. So reach out and tell a loved one what they mean to you. Visit tobinbrothers.com.au. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
Program sponsor.
EFL.org.au is the place to be online for all the latest on the Eastern Football League. Keep up to date by checking out the latest news and feature articles. Have your say in the EFL poll. Check out all the latest EFL videos, and best of all, you can listen back to any EFL radio program at any time. Head to EFL.org.au. The Eastern Football League. Local footy at its best. Join the Eastern Football League media team for full coverage of the 2016 EFL season. From 1 p.m. every Saturday, the team dissects each of the 22 senior matches on the warm-up. The action kicks off from 2 p.m. with the EFL Game Day broadcast bringing fans a full play-by-play call of the game of the round. From 5 p.m. it's back to the studio for the post-match and a full wrap of the day's games. EFL Game Day, 1 to 6 every Saturday afternoon as you love it local.
Yep.
Hello, I'm Peter Hitchener. 9 News invites you to join our team nightly at 6 for Melbourne's #1 news. Tony Jones with the latest sport, including the footy, plus Lavinia Nixon's weather forecast. 9 News, proud supporter of the Eastern Football League.
Program sponsor.
I'd love to make more